Hello, fellow YouTubers. Star Wars Paladin here. This is kind of a reminder slash whatever. I had let my guard down and let some people in the guild that I shouldn't have let in the guild, and I forgot, that I had all these special rules in place because I hadn't invited anybody to my guild in ages, and normally you can only get into the guild through special invite. Very, very special invite with pretty long, drawn-out interview process. Not an application, but an interview process. I let my guard down. The person seemed nice and seemed cool, and I want to show you what happened. They almost completely emptied this vault. This was all metal, and these were all companion gifts. They took all my augments or my kits. They took a lot of my color crystals. They took about half the gear that was in this. This was full, and this was full. And they basically took tons and tons and tons of pets and all kinds of stupid shit. But I don't know. Here's the log. Obviously, you can see who did it. This Arcanum guy. He's the guy I play Galactic Starfighter with. He has names very similar to other guild members of mine, and it's very, very, very confusing. I get easily confused over people that have similar names. I'd even been talking to this guy last night in guild chat, and I had no idea. I thought it was somebody else because I get so damn confused. But you can see here on, I have limits, and I'll summarize that at the end. But as you can see, he just wiped me out. 313, 38, 226, 218, 212, 29. So you can tell when I guilded him, he just immediately started cleaning me out. Pretty much the night I guilded him, I assume. So I want to show you where I made my mistake, and I want to show you what gave it away too. What gave it away was actually this. See, nobody ever takes money out of the guild. The guild vault. If they ever do, it's like enough to buy one thing, and then they just, like, if they're worried it's going to drop off the GTN, and then they just load it right back in. But, this is what gave it away. I'm like, 20,000? That doesn't make any sense. And then I go, what's the limit? My lowest 20,000. Oh, so he's taking the limit. And then these were all 10. I kicked him down to 1 in case I have another freaking mental lapse and forget. These were all 10. And then I went to check the log, and it's up here. And I was like, oh shit. And then I scrolled down, and I couldn't freaking believe it. Obviously this is my fault. I kicked him out of the guild. I sent him a note in case he wants to redeem himself, but I already know he's probably just gonna laugh at me, and everyone on YouTube's gonna laugh at me, and everyone on the forum would laugh at me because they always laugh when it happens to somebody else, and I'm not crying about it. Here's the funny thing: he didn't really take anything that was of any value. He got a couple Mark 9 kits, but I make those for free. These companion gifts aren't worth anything anymore. I haven't checked to see if that overtuned or if that assault cannon is worth anything. I don't think so. The thing is, even if any of it was worth anything, I got all of this for free. I got all this for free, so doesn't matter. I just go on the GTN and find super cheap stuff, or I just get it from drops and I throw it in there for guildies that actually see it, need it, and want something here and there. But these rakes kind of annoy me because I thought, you know, a guildie would really like having them. I think he just took all this stuff and stole it. And sold it. None of this was for him, this was for my other guildies, obviously, if he wanted like one or something. But no, you can see that he pretty much wiped me out. Don't know if these mini probes are worth anything, but these Nikar cats are worth about 75-80 apiece. I'm just gonna put new stuff back in it, and it's not gonna cost me anything to do it, because this stuff didn't cost me anything before, and it's not gonna cost me anything again, because I just put super cheap stuff in there. But so lessons learned. Number one, even if you don't think you've guilded any new people, and you've told everybody else to not guild people or whatever, check your logs like once a week. And the reason why I say once a week is because this is set to 1 week increments. Here's so that's the first thing. Check your logs and your ledger once a week. Here's the second thing. Have your recruit have basically nothing on it. 0, 0, 0, 0, everything unchecked. And then tell everybody, and make sure you remember, which I forgot. I still don't know why I did it. I don't know why I just automatically made him a member. That was stupid, and I did not consciously do it. I just completely subconsciously, muscle memory from who knows, my WoW days maybe, just automatically made him the next rank up. I didn't even think about it. I didn't even consciously do it. So, but here's the thing. Because usually, like, my rule is that you gotta stay a recruit for like a month. And we have to actually do stuff together, so I know. And then most kids don't have the attention span to be patient for that long. They'll go look for an easier target. But this guy was stupid, and I made him a member immediately. He ran straight to the vault and cleaned me out. Credit allowance, you know, leave a little bit of a credit allowance on there in case people get stuck. I've used my own credit allowance from the vault if I accidentally screw something up. But do viewable, allow add, you know, do that for the next rank. But make the withdraw like nothing. Almost nothing. And the reason why is, if they want to clean you out, and I didn't know this, but now that somebody has done it and I've recorded it, I understand. What he did is he used the withdraws per week and withdrew bam, 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 bam. He took these were all 10s. He took max, 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 max. And thank goodness he hadn't have been a lieutenant. If I had really had a brain fart and really screwed up and made him a lieutenant, I would have empty vaults. So thank freaking goodness. And then there's no difference. By the time you get up here, it doesn't really matter. But thank goodness I had this set to 10 per, because here was my thinking. I didn't think 10 was a lot. I thought 10 was like a very nice, fair amount. And also, I kind of figured like maybe it would be 10 total. I didn't think, I mean, it makes sense, but in my brain I was kind of like, oh, 10 cumulative or something, but no. It was 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And then you can tell 10, 10, 10, that was more than enough. And look at the first thing he went for, those. And then he just, bam, just cleaned me out. So, make your recruit basically nothing. Make your member basically nothing. And keep your, and then here's the next thing. Keep here. This is the rank area. Keep your let's see. Oh, I didn't know there was the security key thing. I should talk to everybody and see if they have security keys before I check that. I'm not sure. I know most people do, but you need to have this set up in a way to where, oh gosh, and they can invite too. I can't believe my members were set to be able to invite. I guess he could have, if he'd really wanted to, he could have invited all of his friends. That's weird. And lieutenants can invite too. So, message of the day, officer. Yeah, you've gotta have this set. What I was trying to say though, why didn't that stick? Make sure you hit apply. What I was gonna say is you want to make it to where officers can only invite into the lower ranks. But I guess you can't set it up that way. So I need to go back, since they can only invite one level lower. Instead of removing lieutenant, this is weird. So lieutenants can invite. That's weird. I wonder if I set one of these up myself, if one of these was a new one. I don't know. I'm still a little dazed, plus I haven't looked at this in forever, but I wonder if one of these was a manually added rank. But God forbid if somebody gets up to a level where they are allowed to invite, you run the risk of them being able to, like, let's say you just set this to, 5555 or whatever, and somebody takes their 5, and that's all they can take for the week. If there was a higher person up, they could just keep inviting more and more people, and so somebody could make just endless alts and empty your vault that way. Thankfully, I guess he didn't bother to check that he could invite. He could have invited people. I have no idea. I know I had checked this a million times. I don't know where I screwed up. So you want to check that, and hopefully I'm not missing anything. And then you also want to check the ranks that everybody is, and make sure that nobody has mysteriously changed ranks. So that's the next thing. Make sure you know who your officers are. Make sure you know who your lieutenants are. Make sure you know who your members are. And then on top of all of that, last but not least, make sure you have your member notes filled out, which I don't do, but what you need to do is the second you guild somebody, you need to fill out their member notes. You need to fill out who their alts are, especially who their alts are, and make sure you reference somebody that you actually know. Like, make sure you note the alt that you actually recognize. And thankfully the guild's so small, I have pretty much a 99% idea who everybody is. Or I can tell by their rank. And I can tell by their level. But this really bugs me, you know. I should just sort. See, like, I'm looking at Warlord, and I'm like, crap, I think I know who that is. Tobias. See, these recruits, I don't really care who they are. They can't do anything. But some of them, I know are guildies. That these are just their alts. But otherwise, like, Sinjin, I know this isn't Shinjin. This is somebody else, I think. But I don't know. And if they don't have an alt, you should write, like, no alt next to it. No alt. And that tells you that they're a main. Okay? But I didn't do that. And you forget. You know? And I can't even imagine how the bigger guilds do it. Where you're managing tons and tons and tons of people. But, like, I know who this is. And not just because they're an officer, although that's part of it. But the other thing is, like, set officer's note. I've never even been able to find where that is. And that's another annoyance that I know that I had. I've never been able to find officer's note, because in my opinion, what you'd do is member notes, you'd keep kind of just helpful stuff that everybody needs to know, and officer notes, you'd keep all their alt information or whatever in case people wanted to keep it somewhat private, but I've never been able to find it. But that, obviously, this is Pear's alt. You know, but Pear's might not want to know that that's her alt. That other people know, but and you can make your member notes, you know, a higher up level, which, you know, I'll show you in a minute. Pear's alt. I was there earlier. But, like, Ikiwaka, I think that's Xander's alt. And then Zato's a main. But, like, Sulaco, I think that's Zato. But I can't remember. And Shin, that's a main. Strami's a main. Graham, I think, is another one of Zato's. But I don't know. And that person that I invited should have been down here in recruit. And I don't freaking know why. I just kicked him to member and didn't even realize it. But see, there's member notes. I don't know why they had view and edit on there. I added this and you know what? I probably had it all set and didn't click apply permissions. That's the only thing I can possibly think of. But yeah, I have view and edit officer note permissions, but I have no idea where the officer permissions are. But I'm almost thinking I need to even lower lieutenant. I don't know. I don't know, because this is so... is so confusing, I think. So you got your lieutenants, right? Who could clean you out, but maybe they don't. What if they decide they want to move like a bunch of things around? You know, I don't know. Sometimes I have lieutenants that want to. They put stuff in there and then they're like, oh crap, I can't take it out again or something. I don't know. But it really bugs me. But it doesn't bug me because I lost a bunch of expensive stuff, because I didn't. I mean, most of this stuff is... Most of this stuff is just not terribly expensive, but... Wow, why is this sorted backwards now? Let's sort it upside down. That's another thing that's confusing. So, this is magically sorted upside down now. But yeah, this Crimson Claw's not worth anything. I sold most of the stuff in there that was worth anything a long time ago, and I cleaned out a lot of the just total junk a long time ago. But like, the Lisk, those brakes... The assault cannons. Yeah, I mean, you can see like Lisks don't cost anything. I'll just go buy another one right now. They're cute as all get out though. I like to give them out to my guild members as gifts and stuff. Same thing with the brakes. The brakes don't really cost anything, but they look super cool. You know, so I'll go ahead and buy another brake to throw in there. But oh, I lost what was in my thing. But I don't know. And if I wanted to just buy more, like if I wanted to buy some more cannons to put in there, see, I can just buy some cheap assault cannons and throw them in there. Looks like a big frickin' jet engine. And that's what I was doing. That's all this stuff was. I was just like, oh, hey, that looks cool. Maybe somebody'd want that. So I was throwing it in there. Oh, maybe somebody'd want, you know, a blaster rifle. So I find something cheap that looks neat. And I would just grab it, whatever, toss it in there. But you know, there's people out there, and it's funny because I was just talking to Brood about this the other day, but it never dawned on me to actually check, and that's what I don't get. I had a lapse where I invited somebody and then just stopped checking. I have no idea why. And there's no like warning that it gives you, like your bank would say, like, hey, there's an unusual amount of da 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 da, you know, an unusual activity or something. But like, I'll throw more back in there. I don't care. All the like, this stuff is just loot, you know. Or it's just extra, like, all this stuff is just extra stuff that we crafted on accident. That's all it was. But like these Mark 9s, they don't cost anything to make. I just put Mark 9s in there every once in a while. But you see, he took almost all of it. He took as much as he could every week. And I had taken most of the metal out of here, but I had a ton of affection thingies, and I had a ton of fragments. You saw that he took all the fragments. Oh hey, it's sorting properly again. It's freaking weird. But yeah. But yeah, those assault cannons aren't really worth anything. I'm curious. I'm curious if the overtuned lightsaber's worth anything. I got that from a pack, and I'm like, wow, it looks really weird. I wonder if anyone would ever want this. Yeah. 200 grand, that's nothing. That's just me selling a couple of thermal regs, but, or a couple of augments. But it's like my wife said, it's the principle of the thing. Damn it, look at that. Those things are so freaking cool. They look like the dishes right off the Death Star. Kyber assault cannon. I think they get those from a dungeon. Oh, they're so cool though. Look at that. Wow. See, it's like. If I could get this cannon, one of my characters might use a cannon, but I doubt it. You can tell that he's either broken or actually running around. I think he's broken. Okay, you'll see that. Or he just likes to run around naked. Except his aim and endurance are way too high. So I think he's broken. That sucks. Picture game. Anyway, I'll be able to get this stuff back, no problem. Oh, and I keep saying, me and Brute talked about this, and what I always would tell Brute is I just leave crap in the vault, because or I'll just try to give crap to the people when they first join, because you can tell how they act. And I mean, what he made, maybe off the Nikar cats he made 150k, maybe off that overtuned he made a couple 100k. I mean, is it really worth it? I mean, when you look how much money I have, and I keep talking to Brood about this. This is only one of my characters. I probably have over 7 mil, maybe 8 mil, just in loose cash sitting around on my alts and in the bank and stuff. And he made that move over just pittance, basically nothing. Nothing. So, it's amusing. I guess I'm just super thankful. And this is why I was so careful. If you do anything like have a little museum or like a super secure vault, make absolutely sure that you go check on every single tab to make sure that you've got that locked down. Because here's the other thing that can happen, and I'll close out with this. I know my videos are always really long because I ramble. I lost both guilds a while back. I lost both guilds, and I'll tell you how I did it. BioWare automatically defaults guilds, even if you're free to play, because your accounts never get deactivated anymore. If you're free to play, and don't log into your character that's your guild master, it defaults it automatically. It chooses somebody, and there is no way to get your guild back. No way. It just chooses whoever the most active person is. So there's people out there that make alts and put alts in every single guild. They'll have 10 characters and each one will be in a different guild. All they got to do is be the most active person, and they will get your guild if your subscription lapses or if you don't log into your guild master for 30 days. So You guys gotta pay attention. That's why on my other channel I always say, you know, get trained, be aware, help yourself, help each other if you can, because these people don't rest. They don't take a break. They're just waiting. And this guy didn't get anything, but man, he could have emptied my vault. He could have recruited if he had, you know, weaseled his way further, or if I had done my security wrong, he could have emptied my vault. He could have gotten Guildmaster somehow if my subscription lapsed. He could have, if he'd been smart, which thankfully most thieves are not smart, he would have realized that he had recruiting powers. He could have recruited 5 friends and they could have emptied my vault completely, except for the last tab. So remember, check your vault stuff, or check your vault security, check your vault logs, and if you're the guild master, make sure you're checking your ranks, and you have to hit that stupid apply button. Because it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Just makes my head ache even worse thinking about it. It makes me not want to have a damn guild in the game, is what it is. It makes me not want to have a damn guild. So, oh yeah, and also, make sure you, load your member notes. With what character is which. I swear I did it, maybe I only did it on the other side. I think I only did it on Empire. So that's it. I didn't really lose anything that I can't get back pretty much immediately for almost no cost. But, guys, you gotta be careful. It's really stupid. It's really stupid and really frustrating. That people will basically steal virtually nothing from you. They will. I will leave immediately. They will steal nothing. Just because it's stealable, they'll steal it. And that's a metaphor for life. You know, a couple months back when things were really tense, almost got in a fight in a Costco with 3 people because they thought I was cutting in line, trying to get out of the store. I was only trying to get to my wife, and 3 different groups of people thought I was cutting in line, and we almost got into a huge fight. Last week I wanted to buy a case of water, just a case of water, and another guy wanted to get a case of water, and thankfully there were 2 cases left, but he got really uncomfortably close to me to get that case of water, more than invaded my personal space to get the case of water. But he respected me by leaving one for me, and so there wasn't an issue. But I don't know who he is. He could have started a fight with me right there. And so believe me, I mean, people are willing to steal pixels that aren't even worth anything, even by the game's own standards. People are willing to steal that stuff. Just think about what it's going to be in real life when people haven't eaten for a few days, when they know what true hunger is. People are just hanging by a thread. They just don't know it. So go out and buy food and water and crap, and keep your house locked, and, you know, security signs and dogs if you got them and all that. And it's just because this game is just a metaphor for life. These same people that steal shit in this game will turn right around and try to steal your shit in real life. Except the more desperate they get, the more stuff they try to steal. I'm glad I had it set as low as I did, but it obviously wasn't enough. You've got to set those first couple levels to basically nothing in case you have a mind slip. So, hope that helps. I know this was really long. I've got a terrible, terrible splitting headache, but I really wanted to make this video. Guys, if you've got guilds, I don't care what you think you're okay with losing. It's not worth it. It's not worth losing even a little bit to these freaking punks. So go check all your guild tabs, all your guild settings. Check all your guild members. Make sure you have everyone's alts written down. Check your logs, okay? Check your ledgers, and check them once a week. And I'll talk to you guys just like every Tuesday after your server up. Just make it a habit of going and checking every server up, okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Get training. Be aware. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.